Hello, Buddhas! We are back again today, and we are going to be talking about an incredibly simple but important manifestation technique that I have seen so much content about, and I wanted to give my interpretation of. So many people talk about letting go and forgetting and disassociating the importance and stopping to want something, because if you want it, it means you don't have it, and the feeling is the secret, and all the kind of catchy phrase things, they all really say one thing. And that is, if you can believe that we create our reality, then in order to create what you want, you absolutely have to believe that you have it, or got it, or are it, or am it, or whatever phraseology you want to use. You gotta get to that point. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the most straightforward thing on the planet, because it's something I have been working on and continuing to work on and will be working on with all of you together. But I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, and the whole concept of letting go really clicked for me in a video that I watched earlier today. And that is, your imagination is really what we're talking about here. Now, I poked my head because a lot of us are trained to believe that our imagination happens in our head, but that's a subject for an entirely different video. What does matter, though, is how much you believe what you are manifesting. So, I currently live alone. I live in a small condo downtown Ottawa, and I love it. There's a lot that I want to add and change and move and do in my life, but I love it. And one of the things that I would like to have more than anything is a partner. And it's one of those things that has been very difficult for me in the past to work on. And I've been doing a lot of soul searching as to why that is. And I've finally come to the conclusion that I don't believe I have a partner. And because of that disassociation, no matter whom I'm interested in, I always have this nagging belief in the back that I'm single and that I don't have that person living with me. So what I've started to do is actually a very basic technique talked about by Neville Goddard and Bob Proctor and others when manifesting another person into your life, is to pretend that you're already with them. Now, I have no idea who this person is, so let me be very clear. But I know that there's another soul on this planet somewhere that I'm meant to spend a significant amount of time with. And what I've started to do is waking up in the morning as if they are in bed with me. And this doesn't have to be crazy sex fantasies. This is just the brass tacks of what it would be like to live with someone. And waking up in bed with them would be a normal occurrence. Having breakfast or a coffee with them in the morning would be a normal occurrence. Me going to work at my desk in my house, because that's our situation right now, and them being in the room doing something else or leaving to go to their job or etc. would be a normal occurrence. And I've been doing this now for probably about a month or so, when I really started having that idea of like, I'm going to start to focus on this. But the thing that's been holding me back has been the constant reminder that I am alone in this room. However, that's where letting it go comes in. That's where forgetting about it comes in. It's not about forgetting what you want. It's not about letting go of what you want. But it's about letting go and forgetting that you don't have it. Once you can convince yourself that you actually are experiencing the reality that you have chosen, if you genuinely believe it, how is that any different than the reality? Okay? If I was standing here and there was someone sitting on the couch right behind me doing their own work, you couldn't see them because they're out of frame, but how is me thinking that they're there any different from them actually being there if I can't physically see them in this world? And I'm realizing, and this is why one of those things that's kind of hard to share with the internet, because I'm realizing this sounds possibly psychotic. Not in a negative, I want to hurt anyone way, but in like a delusional, I am faking it kind of way. And we're kind of taught that, yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it, but like, don't go too crazy, all right? Or some people might think you're weird. If you go outside and you're talking to someone who's walking beside you that doesn't exist, people might start to think that you're, you know, over there. But I know that I'm sane enough. What is sanity anyways? And it is an extremely powerful manifestation technique that I'm just starting to mess with. And by mess with, I mean play with and learn with and understand how it works. Because ultimately, Buddhas, I don't know how everything works, and that's the fun of being here and now to figure it out. Nothing is more satisfying than mucking about and getting something right and then figuring out how you did it backwards. Steve Jobs always said, if you want to know how you got there, look at the dots in reverse order, because you can't do it forward. And I absolutely love that. So, my manifestation technique, it's only one thing. It's believing and convincing yourself that you have it, and if you had the thing that you wanted, you would interact with it, you would use it, you would have dinner with them, you would drive it, you would be able to spend the dollars. So getting to that point is now the goal, and it feels a little bit more empowered every single day. So stay tuned for the journey, hit that subscribe button, those bell notifications, so that you can get the constant updates every single day when we come out with a new video. And remember, Buddhas, the absolutely most important thing to do is to love yourself.